Hi, welcome to the October edition of Spotlight on Downtown. I'm John Shannahan, and as you'll see a little later on, we're filming today in one of our favorite places downtown. We've been here about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, before they opened up, but I think you're going to be surprised to see all the changes that occurred since Anytime Fitness came down to downtown Bennington. Co-owners Amy and Jamie Carey are going to take us on a tour later on of the facility and all the equipment that they added since we were here last time. But before then, I want to go through a quick laundry list of some information and then introduce you to a very special person in Bennington who has a story that you're going to be very interested in hearing and how it applies to Anytime Fitness. Before we get started, I just want to give you some dates of upcoming events. This one in particular pertains to the merchants downtown or members of the Better Bennington Corp. But on October 18th, we are having a roundtable that the Recruitment and Retention Committee puts out. And this month, it's October 18th at 7:30. It takes place at the Bennington Free Library in the Catamount meeting room. It's free for all BBC members and downtown merchants, so I'd like to have you join us. The presentation in this series is on advertising in today's economy. It's interesting. We're going to have a few advertising professionals there, and what you can do for your business, how you can most effectively finance advertising when times are tough or the season's slow. It's worth the time, so please try to join us. You can RSVP to 442-5758 or email me at admin, A-D-M-I-N, at betterbennington.com. On October 25th, we have a new event that's occurring downtown, and it's kind of a follow-up to an event I think we talked about last month, where we invited the freshman class of Southern Vermont College downtown to have their orientation dinner. I'd like to thank all the restaurants that participated downtown for the progressive dining experience. About 250 to 280 students participated, along with their teachers, and everybody had a great time. So I'd like to thank the administration at SVC and all the restaurant owners downtown and the business owners who stayed open for them for making that night a success. Because it was a success, we've decided to expand it, and on October 25th, everybody downtown is staying open till 8 p.m. It's a Thursday night. We're going to have musicians all throughout downtown, and we're inviting a few thousand students. Every student at every college in Bennington is being invited down for a night of music, a night of art, a night of dinner specials, and every location is going to have a drawing. So all you need is your student ID card, and you'll be able to sign up in about 30 different places for a gift from each one of those places and see about 25 to 30 musicians. Everything's free, and we look forward to welcoming all the students downtown this time for the first time. Then on October 27th, it's time for Fallapalooza. Just want to remind everybody, if you haven't been there, it's kind of like our Mayfest in the late fall. But we'll be closing Main Street on Saturday the 27th and having the farmers market, the Walloomsac Farmers Market. Join us on School Street. We have Dave Lively from Lively's Livery doing the wagon rides up and down Main Street, and we're bringing some vendors back. We're going to have about 15-20 vendors, so some pre-season holiday shopping. This will be the last time this year that they're with us, so make sure you come on down and join us that day. And of course, the big event that day is the store-to-store trick-or-treating. We're going into our 4th year of doing that, and we have about 40 places downtown where you can get your kids dressed up and take them store to store for some candy and some activities. A lot of the stores don't just give out candy, but they have a little fun game or an event for the kids, so it really makes it a fun day for the children. And then on top of that, we have some local nonprofits that'll do face painting and kids activities, so it really round off the day and make it a fun day for the whole family. But that, again, is October 27th. It's Fallapalooza, and that's from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. For more information, you can go to our website, betterbennington.com. And then on November 13th, and this again goes out to our members and the merchants in downtown Bennington, is the Better Bennington Corporation's annual meeting. It's going to be in the evening. It's going to be 6 o'clock on the 13th. And we'll be sending out a notice to our members, but if you're interested in joining us, which we hope you are, please give us a call at that phone number or the email that Alicia will put up on the screen. And then on November 24th, we're getting kind of close to the end of the year here, is our hometown holiday. It's Bennington's version of the nationwide small town Saturday. It's the Saturday after Black Friday, and we know a lot of you hit the malls on Friday for the sales. But from now on, after you hit the malls, come downtown. We're going to have a lot of specials going on that day. And then, of course, Santa makes his visit to Bennington. This year, Santa's going to visit us at the Downtown Welcome Center at 215 South Street, and he'll be here between 12 and 2. In addition to that, we're going to do 2 drawings, the $100 downtown shopping sprees. We're going to do one at 11 o'clock at Evans News, and then one at 3 o'clock at Panache. So make sure you're down here from 11 to 3. We have a lot going on. And of course, the Bennington Choral Society, Tuba Christmas, and a lot more entertainers. So it's a fun day downtown to kick off the season. And you can check out the holiday decorations. The town of Bennington will have them up especially for that weekend. And then finally on my laundry list is the Catamount Prowl. That's the Chamber of Commerce 2013 Moose Fest replacement. This year, hopefully you've all seen the new Catamount model that's been on display around town. Right now it's at the Bennington Center for the Arts, and it's going to be making some trips around town. If you're interested in participating and sponsoring one of the Catamount, please call the Chamber of Commerce at 447-3311. I think 40 of them are going to be up for sponsorship. And if the price is too much for you, a great idea is to go in with a few surrounding businesses or families if you'd like to sponsor one. But you know the economic impact is huge on our street art, so we need all of us to participate to make this event as successful as the last 2 that they've done. That gets me through my list, so I'm going to go on to the focus of today's segment, and I hope you stay with us because it's a very interesting story. But I'd like to start by introducing you to the star of today's show, and that's Wendy Pierce. Wendy, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We have a big story here that I think has already been in the Bennington banner, but I wanted people to get an opportunity to meet you and get to know you. So I want to start by saying congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now the story here is your lifestyle and how you went from one that most of us have to one that's healthy and active and made major changes in your life.
I did. I kind of had realized last October that I was not doing so well with my health, and I was not on the path that I wanted to be. I kind of lost who I was, and I wanted to find who I was again. So I decided one night when I was sitting on my couch and I looked down at my dog and I just kind of pretended that she said, "You know, Mom, I'd really love to go for a walk." So we decided right then and there that that's what we were going to do every night, and we did. From October until February, I started with a block, and then by February I was walking about 5 miles a day, and it was great for me, it was great for my dog, and I lost about 50 pounds. And then at that point I decided I was ready to take it to the next level, and I talked to some friends of mine, and they were coming to Anytime Fitness, and they said it's a real family and you'll enjoy it and you won't feel bad about, you know, coming, and people are going to be really supportive. So that's when I came down and joined in February, and then I took it to the next level, and I started working really hard and made a plan to go see my parents in April to surprise them because they didn't know I was losing weight.
Where do your parents live?
My parents live in North Carolina, so it was really exciting for me. I was really excited about showing them that I was being healthy and that I was making some changes in my life, and that they didn't have to worry about me as much as I knew they were. So by the time April rolled around, I had lost another 50 pounds, so I had lost 100 pounds altogether. And I made my plane ticket, I got on the plane and I flew down, and I walked through the airport, and I kept walking up to my parents, and they didn't say anything or, you know, smile at me or anything. And I finally got about 10 feet from him, and I asked my dad if he was going to say anything to me, and he recognized me at that point. So it was very inspirational for me. You know, I realized that I was on the right path, and I was doing what things I needed to be doing to be a little bit healthier and move forward in my life.
Oh, good for you. Your parents must have loved seeing you walk, or recognizing you must have been scary for them.
I think they were very surprised. My dad will never admit to this, but he did cry a little bit.
Sure he did.
So, you know, it was a definite move forward in my health, and them not worrying about me, because I had been diagnosed with diabetes, and I had high blood pressure, and I think they were really worried about me and stressing over those kind of issues.
And there's another important aspect to this. Would you let everybody know, what do you do for a living?
I'm an assistant principal and a special education coordinator at Mount Anthony Union High School.
What kind of impact has it had on the students, because they've been watching this occur and seeing the changes in you, right?
I hope it's had a very positive impact. I've actually talked to a couple girls about some things that they could do to maybe start, losing a little bit of weight or getting a little bit healthier. Like, one of the things that I did was I don't drink soft drinks anymore. It was not a huge thing, but it's had a huge impact. And I've talked about drinking more water and just making healthier choices with my food. So I hope that that's kind of having a little bit of impact with them. I've noticed a couple girls have started walking more, and they smiled at me, and I think they've seen some positive changes in that it can happen. You don't have to, give up everything for something good to happen.
It's like step by step by step.
It was.
Do they still sell soft drinks at the high school?
The students cannot buy soft drinks at the high school.
Good.
The store that we have in the Career Development Center makes much healthier choices, waters, vitamin waters, that kind of thing. So it's a much healthier choice in the school system now.
Oh, that's good to hear. And I've said this a million times, and here we are making a TV show, or taping a TV show, but I hate the thought that there's people sitting at home hour after hour after hour watching TV, playing video games, and then say, well, I don't know what's going on in town. It's get off your couch, put down the video game, walk a dog, take a walk. And that's the best way to start.
I was on the couch watching TV, not knowing what was going on in town, and now I feel like getting out. I feel like going to places. When I was in my routine of walking around town, doing about the 4 or 5 miles a day, I saw so many people, and it became part of me. Oh, hey, I saw you yesterday. It was really nice, and I got to see more things because I did a little downtown loop. And that was nice. Yay. I got to see what was going on downtown all the time.
Well, welcome back to the community. We're thrilled to have you. And I'm going to put words in your mouth, but has the way you view Bennington changed?
It has. It definitely has. Because I would leave school, go home, and stay home. I wouldn't go out and do anything. I wouldn't see anything that was going on in Bennington. And now that I'm doing more things, I'm more active, I see a lot more good things happen in our community, and that's a great thing. Coming to the gym, going to places like Carmody's and Madison's and Allegro, and seeing all these things that are going on in our community, it's refreshing. Yeah,
and we say that all the time, and all it takes is to become part of it, and you realize there's so much going on you can't keep up with it. And especially becoming part of wow, it's really crowded in here tonight. I didn't even look up. Part of this family and being connected to the community.
This family is huge. I was very nervous when I first came. I thought that I was going to feel uncomfortable, but everyone in here welcomed me like I was just a lost cousin who had not been here in a while. And now that I see people, I see people every day when I come in, and I see people in the grocery store, and sometimes they're not sure where they've seen you before, but then oh, I think I've seen you on the treadmill. You're much less sweaty here, at the grocery store. But it becomes such a family that, when you're out for a couple days, people are like, where have you been? What have you been doing? And just, they encourage you, and it makes you feel good.
Now, let's back it up to Anytime Fitness. Was it a phone call, or you literally walked in the door that very first day?
I literally walked in the door.
How did you feel when you were walking in?
A little nervous, but then I walked to the office, and I was like, I think we want to sign up. And Amy was like, okay, come in, sit down. And we came in, and we started talking about it. And then Jamie walked us through all the machines and showed us all the machines. And we knew we were in the right place at that point.
Good. So within a half an hour, you knew you got past that uncomfortable first instant?
Definitely.
Yeah, well, I know Amy and Jamie, I guess, treat everybody that way, because that's the way when I first met them too, it was the same thing. And now that we're speaking of Amy and Jamie, we'd like to introduce you once again, I guess reintroduce you. Amy Carey, Jamie Carey, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks for allowing us to come in here and spotlight Wendy. What an exciting story that she just shared it with us, and we're not mic'd over there, so we're going to have to work on something. But we're going to walk around with you guys and if you show us the new equipment that you added and bring us up to date on stuff you have. And then a little bit further, if you talk about Wendy when she first joined you and how the transformation occurred, and the next person behind Wendy, that we have another couple thousand stories out there that need to occur, and hopefully somebody listening today can get through that scary, I'm going to walk in and make that first initial contact, and then how it so comfortably evolves into becoming a member.
Oh, and once you do that first step, it's like that first step is big, but it's not that big. Once you take it and you walk in here, it's just, you feel so comfortable, and you feel comfortable about being here and learning how to do all this stuff and going forward with your life. It's just an amazing journey.
Well, that is great to hear.
This is actually the first time I've ever met Wendy. Hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah. And no, Wendy's right. You know, when one of the hardest things for people to do is actually walk through the door. When people come in, you can see that look on their face, like, I can't believe I'm here. I really don't want to be here. Can you convince me why I'm here? Please help me. You know, I've never been here before. And such a high percentage of our members start out that way. And Wendy had that look on her face when she walked in. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in a gym. So Bob was with you. And when she came in, I gave her a tour, and we try and both welcome everyone with open arms, because it is a very difficult thing for people to do, is walk through the door. So we try and ask them, obviously, where they're from, you know, and why they're here. Ultimately, you're here for a reason, and what your goal is, and we try to really understand that and really help people understand how they can get there, and we're very supportive here. We have a lot of resources at our hands, and we enjoy it. We love it. So
we also want to make sure that people know the club, know where things are at, answer questions, show them how to get to certain equipment. So when they're here, they're not coming in and not knowing where to go. You know, where the classroom is, what the equipment is.
When people come in, they've never stepped foot in a gym. They've never worked out before. They don't know what to do. And one of the main reasons people give up is because they walk around not knowing what to do, but they're afraid to ask. And
it's intimidating.
It is, absolutely. We very much try and encourage people. Look, if you don't know what's going on, that's why we're here. Right. You know, that's why we wear these shirts, say Anytime Fitness. You know.
And the trainers.
And the trainers,
class
our trainers and
the whole team.
Everyone. If you see somebody with an Anytime Fitness shirt on, or anyone that says staff on the back, there's Sean, one of our trainers, right over there now. So he has staff on the back of his shirt. So if you see Sean walking around, okay, say hi, Sean. Look at the camera. Say hi. Sean, say hi.
You can track him down later on.
He's a lot more friendly than that in person.
I do want to say something about Anytime Fitness. The members here, I have had other members come up to me and help me out too. Like if I wasn't doing something quite right, or I looked like that kind of that dazed and confused, lost look on my face, somebody would walk up and say, "Do you know what you're doing, Wendy?" And I'm like, "No," and they would help, and that was nice. That made it even more comfortable for me to, you know, get on a new machine or try something new, and that's been super nice. Just that encouragement from not only the staff but the members here too.
Yeah,
everybody helps each other out.
Absolutely, and that's something we constantly hear. We hear a lot of great feedback from our members that, you know, when they come in, it's such a welcoming atmosphere here, and they feel like they're part of the family. And Wendy, she hit it on the head. You know, it really does feel that way.
Well, the community, it's a healthy community.
Yeah.
Like anything anyone can do to get anybody out and walking and eating right and being healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's about, is having a healthy life.
Absolutely. And as you know, with a food co-op, we're going to be on that team there too. Slowly but surely, things, and then the new sports center, the Bennington Sports Center, opening up. Our community is really heading in the right direction. And, so that's back to Anytime. what I think what's really unique for Anytime is it's 24/7, which I started thinking about that when you said it's important that you know the machines, you know what to do, because you can come at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And be the only person here, and what I understand, it's crowded at 4 a.m. That's a popular day, isn't it?
4 a.m. is a popular time.
It is. We work out at 5 a.m.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest draws here, John, is so many people. It fits their schedule. How can it not when we're open all the time?
Right.
You know, you can come in when we have people that can't sleep at night. They say, I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I come down here and jump on the treadmill for a half hour, 45 minutes, just to get tired again and go back home and go to sleep.
Or if you work at restaurants and you're done with your shift,
shift
they want to
workers,
come
sure.
and work on their muscle tone so they can carry those trays.
Yeah,
People in the
whatever.
hospital, lots of hospital workers, they all have different hours. They work out all through the night.
And manufacturing.
Yeah,
Get off
first,
at
second,
11
third
o'clock,
shift, sure.
7 o'clock.
Police officers, a lot of police officers here. So, yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for that. I hope the volume, you're picking everything up because it's a lot of noise in the background here. But would you mind now taking us through, well, actually, before that, I'd like you to take us through it, show everybody what's here. But before we do that, the star of our show received some national recognition, right?
She did.
Now I have to tell you, Wendy and I have talked a lot in the gym, and she shares a lot of stories, and I talked to a lot of the members. And I shared with her that Anytime Fitness honors only they honor members annually. And this year they honored 4 members, and in June we had to submit a story. And when she came back from visiting her parents, everybody was so ecstatic. And she and I talked, and I said, we can try. You've done this yourself. You've had help with how to use things, but she's the motivator. She had the drive. She ate right, she worked out, and she did it. And I said, let's try and submit this. And I will say that the 4 winners, 3 of them had trainers. Wendy is the only winner that did not have a personal trainer. She did have everybody helping her, but she did it herself. And we submitted the story. And I remember getting the phone calls. There were some questions and things. We had to go back and forth a lot of times. Yeah. I even called her at her family reunion, and I said, you're one of the finalists. And then we were going through it, and at the end of that week, they ended up getting back to me, and they told me that she was one of the winners. Yeah. And when she found out that she was one of the winners, she was at her family reunion with all of her family and relatives.
And you shared it with your whole family.
I did.
You said,
It was amazing. Just that, because they had recognized that I had lost the weight, but just that recognition, it was just such elation. I just can't describe the feeling that I felt, and being able to share it with my family and them understand what I've been going through. That was amazing.
And now they're watching the whole thing, because then she had an all-expense paid trip to Chicago, honored her completely. She got to meet, and she even got to, at the conference, Anytime Fitness is a phenomenal company. There's over 1,900 open in the world. And when you're a member over 30 days, you can go to every single one of them.
your key works in every single one. Member reciprocity. So you can go to anyone around the world and swipe your key and go in and work out.
So Wendy had the opportunity to meet 1,400 other owners and trainers and people from other clubs all over the world. Australia, where else? Chile, Japan,
Mexico.
everywhere. And she was honored.
Yeah.
At an incredible ceremony. Met Chuck Runyon and Dave Mortensen, the founders of the company, and it was just an incredible journey, and more to come.
And she had to get up in front of those 1,400 people and make a speech.
I did.
As did I. So thank you, Wendy. That was awesome.
I like to share the wealth.
Yeah, because she had to, I had to, and Amy goes, "You're talking. I'm not saying a word."
She said that today before the camera.
Yes, she did.
I did.
I share the wealth. I'm not stingy.
That's right. Yeah, thank you so much.
But and she also got the opportunity. There's a trade show they do there, an exhibit of the latest and greatest things going on in the industry. New equipment, new information, new products, everything.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. And it was wonderful having her there because, you know, she went and saw the city and enjoyed it, but at one point she got to go and see all the trinkets and get all the extra little gadgets they were doing and test out the equipment and really have a member perspective on what is the best thing we should add to our club. So we really listened to the feedback, and we're going to be bringing some new things in too because of it.
That's right. It's all exciting.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, before we get the new stuff, can you show us what the current stuff looks
Sure,
like?
absolutely. Looks like that over there.
Oh, fantastic. There it is.
Oh, and the award.
We set these up, and I'm going to reach this way. This is what you were presented with when you were in Chicago?
It was the, well, this was my story that I did the write-up on, and Amy framed that, and then we took a bunch of pictures at the awards and made a picture book of the award, and then there was the award that I received at the ceremony. It was just amazing. It was an amazing night. I couldn't have asked for anything else.
Well, I'm trying to see. There's some beautiful pictures here. It looked like a lot of fun. I don't know if I can. Still, I guess I should mention that it was a costume party. That
it was a 80s night, and they had a band that covered all of the metal 1980s metal hair band music. And that was my music. So man, I was up rocking with these guys. These guys were incredible. We had so much fun.
Wendy was Ghostbuster with her husband. We were Top Gun.
Yeah, I was Tom Cruise. Yes.
And then that was the award night.
And then, do they show? Where is the picture of Chuck and Dave in there?
Not in that one.
No, not in that one. Okay.
There's more pictures we have on the Facebook page too, from the Anytime Fitness Facebook page.
what is that? Anytime Fitness Bennington, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
On Facebook. Now, also her story can be seen if you go on to anytimefitness.com, and you'll see Wendy's beautiful face right there on the front page, along with the other winners too, the member story winners, and they're all very inspirational and absolutely incredible stories. So if you have an opportunity to go to anytimefitness.com and just click on the stories. They're about 5 minutes, each one, but they're wonderfully produced. And Mark Daly, who I believe used to be an anchorman at one point, he's in charge of all that, so he came out and they just did a phenomenal job with all of these stories. So you can go on and see Wendy's story there.
And
so there
we even brought her to Kimberly Farms.
Ooh.
Because she used to ride horses.
Amazing.
In Bennington.
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
that's where they
farms here in Bennington.
That's where they ended the ended her story.
Video is because one of the big things I did when I was younger was ride horses, and it has always been like a thing that I missed most, and I got to do that again. I got to go up, and Valerie graciously offered for us to come and ride horses up there, and I got to do that again after 15 or 16 years, and it was just such freedom and one of the best things ever. And it's so beautiful at Kimberly Farms. I mean, it's the view up there, it's just spectacular.
Right, now we're going to give you the microphones, and if you guys don't mind, you can give us a tour, and we're going to let you guys do the talking.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Are you coming in? My wife is joining us. So I'm just going to go through the whole concept of what Anytime Fitness is and what it's about. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We never close. Holidays, we are never closed unless...
we did close once, and that's when we had the flood.
Ooh, yeah, that's right, too.
And the police were telling us to leave the area, so we took safety first, and
That's
I
right,
turned
but that was the only time.
off, and doors did not work. But other than that, we're open all the time.
But how it works is every member has their own key, and tied to that key is your information, your name, and actually a photo of you that pops up on the computer.
Security ID.
And this is the member entrance, so when members come through the door, they swipe their key on the door unlocks, and they come in, one member at a time through the door. And then we have what's called anti-tailgate system, which if somebody happens to come in,
welcome.
Like if someone were to follow him in, okay, an alarm would go off and it would beep and it would let us know that somebody came into the club that might not be a member. Our equipment, see Harry, our equipment is, about 98% of our equipment is by a company called Star Trek, and this is Star Trek's latest and greatest technology that they have to offer. And it's all touchscreen technology. All of our pieces have televisions on them, so if you like to watch TV, guess what? Get off the couch, come down here, get on a treadmill, and watch TV. You're still going to catch your show, but you're going to burn about 200 calories when you're doing it, 250 calories when you're doing it. And what's nice about our consoles is that there's a lot of pre-recorded, if you will, programs on here that you'll type in your information. It'll ask you your age, gender, and weight, and you'll put that on the console, and then there's programs in there that you can choose from. All types of training, you can create your own type of program. So these consoles all work the same. Everything that says Star Trek on it works basically the same. There's a couple of different options you have here. You can do, for the most part, people get on and do a quick start. So you hit quick start, and then it's going to count down 3, 2, 1. The treadmill starts to work. Then if you need to adjust your speed, up or down, you can do it here on the touch screen, and you can adjust your incline up or down here on the touch screen, and then you can also do your time on the touch screen. And we also have what's called hotbar technology. You can do the same thing I just said right here on the bars. So if you're hanging on for dear life, you can change everything here with your thumbs. Okay, emergency stop button too as well.
And heart rate monitors.
And it has heart rate monitors, that's right. And so that's quick start. For the most part, people do that. There's our television. So it's regular Comcast TV, so you can change your channels here and watch TV. They have fans on them too as well, so if you're a sweaty person and need to cool off, we've got fans here that work. But what's really, really cool about these is that you can turn this off. You can create or select your own workout, and these are the different programs I was telling you about. So for instance, I like to train, so I'll do speed training. And what it does, every program is going to ask you your weight, gender, and age. So for me, I weigh 180 pounds, I am certainly a male, and I am 42 years old. So I hit OK, and then it takes that information, counts down, and builds that workout based on my information that I just gave it. So let me stop it, and let me go back again. And then this is the really cool thing, and I'm going to go through it quick, but you can also, if you like to create your own workout, you can certainly do that here. You do a specific time, say you want to do 30 minutes, top speed of 6 miles an hour, and a top incline of 12. Those are your maximums. And then this is just so cool. You can actually adjust how fast you want to go at specific times, and adjust your incline at those times too as well. So that's create your own workout. It's really, really very versatile machine.
You can save it too.
And you can also save it. And
with a USB on the side.
Oh, with a USB on the side, that's right, yep. If you want to save your workout that you did last, you take a USB and you can stick it right in there, a little thumb drive, and it'll load right onto that for the next time, so you can record what you're doing.
And next to the USB, we also have an iPod hookup where you can charge your phone.
That's right, this is the iPod hookup. You can hook your iPod on here or your iPhone, and if you have, I don't have one here with me, but you hook it up and there's a little prompt here that'll light up. It's a little iPhone. You hit that and your playlist actually comes onto the screen, and you can choose through your playlist on the touch screen and listen to your music while you're working out. So, and there's also more on here. There's a coaching. So if you need a coach and you need a hand doing an actual workout, you can click on this, and this young lady will help you. I'm just going to keep going through here. She'll actually talk to you and coach you through a workout. So she'll tell you to walk faster, walk slower, change the incline, up, down, speed.
She'll talk about form too.
So yeah, so if you have no idea what you're doing and you want somebody to encourage you and coach you through something, you can actually listen to her too as well. So these things, they're a little intimidating at first, I know they are, but you can't break them, and we're here to show you how to use them. We have two machines that are by a company called Precor, and they're called AMTs, which means Adaptive Motion Trainer. What that means is that they actually adapt to your stride length and the length of your legs, if you will. So if you're a smaller person and you want to get on here and actually use the machine, and you have teeny little strides, you're going to do a teeny little stride like this. But if you're a guy that's 6'6" and has a big stride, you can go into a full run, and it adjusts to how you want to use it. And what's fantastic about these machines is that you can go up and down, use them as a stair stepper, you can go forward, you can go backwards. These machines burn more calories than probably almost every machine we have in here. So that's what's great. If you're a calorie counter and really want to burn a lot of calories, these machines will certainly do that for you. These here are your typical elliptical. They work very similar to these, except they are on guides, if you will. But they have fantastic programs in here too as well. Strength training, speed, firm and tones, and you can also do quick starts on these, very similar to the console that I showed you on the treadmill. Oh, we also have recumbent bikes too, which are way at the end, which have the same consoles too as well. Now these two machines here, these are called the Helix, and what's different about these is that everything we have here in the club is either forward or backward based. So we decided, when I saw these when they first came out, I will have my lovely wife demonstrate. What she's doing is, it actually goes side to side, and you can go in and out. So it's actually targeting a different part of your legs. Right now she's doing inner thigh, and right now what she's doing a crouch move, which puts emphasis on your quads and on your glutes. She's doing what's called surfing now. So there's a lot of different movements on here, and again, there's a lot of different programs on here. And we've had members come in here who have kind of hit the wall with some of these other equipment, you know, because sometimes you do plateau and you need something different. And we put them on these things and they take right off again, and they end up losing a lot of weight on these. So
they're really, really good at building the strength in your legs. And you want to make sure that when you're on a machine like this, you do equal on both sides, because it's working one in or one out.
Absolutely. So these are fantastic. Two new machines that we added that are a different movement altogether, and that's something we're going to continue to try and do, is just keeping adding machines that we're not duplicating our efforts, but trying to do some different movements here. So this area here is kind of like a stretching, ab workout, cardio type of area. And what we have a couple of more cardio machines. We have a Concept 2 rower that some of our members have requested. They said, we'd really like to see a rower here. So Amy and I obliged, and we went out and bought a rower. I mean, if that's what members want, that's what we try and do. And then also with the Stairmaster step mill, again, we've had members that said, you guys really need to get a Stairmaster step mill here, and it's something that if we can do it and provide for our members, we certainly want to keep our members happy and keep people coming back. So it's important to us that we do that. So these are a couple more pieces that we have too as well.
Here's our schedule, and this is where everyone comes to see what's going on with the group classes. We always have it posted here. The schedule is also on our Facebook page, so if anybody ever needs to know what the classes are, they can go there as well. But as you can see, we cover a full gamut of classes, from Body Combat, which is a self-defense class by Les Mills, Body Flow, which is yoga, tai chi, and Pilates built into one, Body Pump, which is a free weight class, great for strength training, Body Step, high-intensity cardio class. We have a freestyle spin, RPM, which is a Les Mills spin, as well as Zumba. So there's a full range. Currently we have 34 classes that we run in a week, and we're always listening and adding more as the members need it and as the club can warrant it. So we're always, and currently we're getting ready for new music launches that we have every 3 months. And we try and have a lot of spirit and everything, but you'll find the information here on the board.
Okay, we've talked about how when people come in, they're really intimidated at first and they're a little afraid. Well, there's no reason why you can't come down to Anytime Fitness and try out our club. What we offer is we offer a 7-day free pass for anyone, and it's free. And here's how it works. What you do is you pay a $25 deposit for a key. So we actually give you a key so that you can come down and experience what it would be like to be a member. Okay, so at the end of that 7 days, you've experienced everything, the group exercise classes, all of this wonderful equipment, myself, my beautiful wife, and my cute little dog Pumpkin. You got to come down and see Pumpkin. Even if you don't remain a member, just come down and pet my dog, because she's so cute. Yes. So, but if at the end of 7 days that you want to join Anytime Fitness, we simply take that $25 deposit and we apply it towards your membership. And if you decide that it's not for you at that time, you hand us the key back, and we simply give you back the $25. And it's that easy. So you have nothing to lose except weight and everything to gain, and that's a healthy lifestyle.
we want to make sure you know what your options are and that you're not pushed into anything and that it's the decision that you feel is the right for you.
Absolutely.